different culture kid, it's actually quite cool. You grow up with two different sets of cultures, values. You're often bilingual, trilingual, and you really learn to adapt very quickly. But it's in your tool set, you become like a chameleon. So I'll give you an example. When I was in mid school, we'd spend our school year in Karachi, and then for the summer holidays, we'd go back to Paris, to France. And as soon as that plane would land in Paris, I'd have these mental switches that would go off. And they'd go something like, okay, you're in Paris now, you're in France, people here speak French. It's normal for people here to hold hands, that's how they show their affection. You will see men and women, women and women, men and men holding hands. Kissing is very important over here, that's how you greet people. If you're in Paris, it's one kiss on each cheek. If you're in the south of France, it's 4. If you're in Brittany, where I come from, it's 3. And food is really important. Food is really, really important. You eat seafood, you eat pork, you eat cheese, you eat wine. You have to have good table manners, so when you're a kid and you're eating, you eat with a fork and knife. Once you've finished eating, you ask to be excused. And then you can carry on playing. And this would go on during the summer, and then when school was going to start again, we'd take the plane back to Karachi. And we'd take the plane back. As soon as the plane would land, there would go with the switches again. Okay, you're in Pakistan now. People here speak English or Urdu. People over here do not kiss. People over here, when they hold hands, even if it's grown-ass men, it's not that they're gay, it's that they're friends. Food is also very important over here, but you will completely forget about pork. Everything here is halal. When you're talking to people, everybody is uncle and auntie. And if you want to eat food, you always make sure that you're leaving one last morsel on the plate, because otherwise you're going to get a second serving, and then you're going to be stuck on that table. So these were mental switches that would always go on and on. And I told myself, I was quite cocky. I was like, the world is my oyster. I can be anywhere in the world. And I've got this third culture background, no problem. Until about 2 months ago. And I was in Bangkok. This was for work. It was a big project. It was the third part of a rollout. I've already done this in Singapore and in Malaysia. And this was the first time I was meeting the local Thai team for an IT workshop. So I come over there. I'm greeted by the local team, never met me before, but I start my presentation, and I'm quite fluent with it. So while I'm doing all of this, my mind's wandering a bit, and I'm wondering, I wonder what we're going to eat. Probably, chicken with cashew nuts because I'm Farang, but it could be sontan because we were in the Bangan area, which is a bit further south. But for all I care, they could bring scorpions on a stick, and I'd eat that, and that's no problem. So the hours are going down, and noon is coming, and when noon comes, there's this one assistant that comes into the room. We're in the south of Bangkok, so we're not going to go to a restaurant. They bring the food to the meeting area. And they bring this white, nondescript plastic bag with a couple of cartons in there. So I don't really pay too much attention. And the project manager comes over and says, hey, we ordered this for you, hope you like it. And he goes into that plastic bag and brings out this wrapped carton box, and he opens it up. And my heart just sinks. Because in there is this thick crust with processed cheese, but with shades of orange because there's tomato and mayonnaise in there. There's a couple of squids, there's a couple of shrimps, there's that industrial crab stick, and I recognize that that is the pizza company's Supreme Seafood Deluxe. But at the same time in my mind, I've got these switches which are going, be careful, this is the first time you're at this meeting, it's a business meeting, you're the guest. You have to be the first one to help himself because that's the Thai protocol. There's a lot of money involved. We're talking tens of thousands of euros. You cannot make a bad impression. But at the same time, in my French toolbox, I mean, I'm looking desperately in there for something, and the only answer that comes is, but this is not food. There's disgusting. So I go into my Pakistani toolbox, and in my Pakistani toolbox is that, sorry buddy, but this is not halal. There is no way you can eat this is not a halal at all. But I'm stuck because I cannot make my host lose face. I mean, I have to eat something. And at the same time, it's like, what do I do? And they're starting to hand out all the paper plates, and you can see the covers and everything. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm gonna have a birthday. And I don't know how long it took, but by the time I snapped out of my reverie, I mean, like, everybody had their plates, but everybody was waiting for me to be the first one to have. And I look at that plastic bag, and I notice that there's a small, Tupperware in there. So I go in, grab whatever it was, get it out, and I notice that it's lettuce. It's a salad. And I say, okay. So my French half won't help me, my Pakistani half won't help me, but I'm representing an American firm. I'm going to go American hip. And I look at the project manager and I say, I should have warned you about this. I'm really, really sorry about it. I'm actually gluten intolerant, so I can't eat this bread, and I actually have trouble eating cheese. But this salad here is perfect. So please, everybody, help yourselves, and I'll have this salad, and it's all good, and we'll continue the workshop afterwards. So he looks at me like, what? And then he starts translating to all the people around who are just looking at me like, why the hell is this firm not helping himself? And he starts talking like, something like that. And then you see the eyes light up, and you hear the famous, and everybody starts chewing down, and I'm just like, oh shoot, and my coffee was just a slap in the face. But then on a brighter note, I know that now, whenever I'm going to see these guys, I'm going to have to be vegetarian for a couple of days.